Good evening, everyone. Everyone on here and online. My name is Desiree Patrick, and I'm the Community Relations Director and Public Information Officer here for the county. And I want to take the time to thank each of you for joining us in person and virtually. I greatly appreciate each of you taking your time out this evening and joining us for our citizen information session. If you don't know, my office or my division is the Public Information Office. So my goal is to keep our citizens informed regarding marketing, communications, community relations, and everything going on with the county and all of our departments. If you do not know, I do send out a monthly e-newsletter that is emailed to you. So if you have a mobile phone, I put the QR code if you want to scan it. You are more than welcome to do so. I usually send it out the first Monday of each month based on the calendar, but I believe August is later in the week next week, so I'll probably send it out on Monday, which is still July, but you'll get it before August begins. So in the newsletter, I'll put some press releases, some events, initiatives, just things that I feel as though our citizens should know. I put that in there so you guys can have it. And you can subscribe to it, and then it will start coming to you every month. Also, these are the social media platforms that we have. If you don't, you can follow us. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, since they changed their name, our YouTube channel, and then I also have a Nextdoor account, which we post these, I post information on each of these sparingly. Usually our Facebook is the platform that gets the most information. Our Nextdoor, I usually just do county-wide information on there because I know you do get notified and I don't want to load you guys with too much information. But these are the social media platforms that we have. And then our website, if you have not been to our website yet, it's www.harnett.org. So I just wanted to provide you guys with some county updates or information, just so you know. Our Board of Commissioners meetings are the first and third Mondays of each month. Unless there's a holiday, then we may have it on a Tuesday. They are offered in person, which is upstairs, and we also offer it virtually on our YouTube channel. So I do want to make sure that everyone knows that we do offer it virtually as well. We love for you guys to come in person, but if you can't make it in person and you just want to listen on your phone, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Our Parks and Recreation Department, they are currently having a Neils Creek Park Phase 1 meeting, and that's taking place this week, which is Thursday, July 25th at 6 p.m. in this training room that we're meeting at today. So if you are interested in sharing your feedback on what you may want Neils Creek to look like, please join them for this meeting. And also on August 7th from 4 to 7 p.m. we will have our third annual Community Day. So this is a day where we love for our citizens to come out and join us, and we'll have internal and external organizations to present information. So it's taking place on the grounds of the government complex. We'll have our vendors inside of here. We will also have some of our departments who will present outside in the lobby to share some information specializing in the expertise. And then outside we will have a bunch of games for children. We'll have bounce houses, it's carnival games, balloons, face paintings. We'll also have our animal shelter out there with some animals that are up for adoption if you guys want a new animal, a new pet. And we'll have our law enforcement outside where people can get tours of their vehicles and learn more. And also our health department will have their mobile health bus outside as well. So you can register. This is free because I've gotten that question plenty of times. This is a free event for Harnett County residents. So if you have the chance, please go onto the website and register and share the information. I also have two organizations that will be providing free school supplies for children while supplies last. So if you don't mind spreading the word on that. And the next day, our Human Resources Department will have a career fair, which is August 8th from 2 to 6 p.m. in this building, in this training room, both sides. And individuals can explore employment opportunities and achieve their goals here in Harnett County. So if you know someone who is looking for a job, please send them our way because we are looking for talent. And if anyone is looking to switch careers, just please share the information with them and hopefully they can find something that interests them. And then I just wanted to give you guys a reminder that August is coming in. The first week of August, our tax bills will start being mailed out to your homes. And also the health department will be providing kindergarten physicals by appointment only at 4 locations in August. So that information is also on our website, and you can go to harnett.org or you can call them at 910-893-7550 for an appointment. So I just wanted to share that information with you guys. Before I bring up our departments, I just want to ask if you guys could silence or put your phones on vibrate. And when you guys came in, I offered some index cards for everyone to take because as they present, I don't want to interrupt them or get them sidetracked. So we want to do questions at the end of all of the presentations. So I have that note card so you guys could write down things because sometimes I forget. So as you're saying something, I may jot something down and then you can ask at the end. And then once we conclude with each of our 3 departments, if you have questions, I'm going to ask you to come up one by one and ask your questions. And I know some people have multiple questions that they would like to ask, but when you come up, if you could just ask one and then allow someone else, and then once they're finished, if you want to come back up, you're more than welcome. But I want to at least make sure that everyone can at least get 1 or 2 of their questions answered. So I'm going to invite Brent. Did you want to come up and say anything, our county manager? And does everyone have a note card for notes or a notebook that HARTS for? Okay.
I'll be brief. I just want to say thank you for coming. Appreciate the interest. And as we go through this, obviously this is focused on these 3 areas tonight. But if you get to the question and answer and there's something else that you've been curious about, I'll do the best I can to answer it, or at least take the information down and we'll get back to you with an answer. So without further ado, so service.
Hello, good evening. My name is Becky Wise and I'm here with Social Services. I am the Adult Services Program Manager at Social Services. So I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about adult services. Of course, we have lots of different programs at Social Services, but that is what I will be talking about tonight. So Harnett County Social Services, the Adult Services Program, we help to promote independence and enhance the dignity of North Carolina's older population and persons with disabilities. We advocate for older adults and adults with disabilities by assisting them to be able to live in a safe, secure environment free from abuse, neglect, and exploitation. These older individuals must be 18 and older for adult services. We have several goals through adult services and through our programs. Our goals that we have are to help adults remain economically self-supporting. We want them to remain able to take care of themselves in their own homes if possible. We help protect the disabled adults from neglect, abuse, and or exploitation. Prevent or reduce inappropriate institutional care and placement by making home and community services available. Or we secure appropriate placement in adult care facilities when it is in their best interest. So adult placement services, North Carolina General Statute 13B 153B mandates that the Department of Social Services provides adult placement services. This service is to provide referral information for nursing and adult care homes. We have family members who can contact us if they have adult that they need placed in a facility. They can call us. We have a list of facilities. We are there for that, and we can assist them in finding what the most appropriate placement would be for them. Our adult home specialists are responsible for monitoring licensed facilities to ensure compliance with state rules and regulations. And they also handle complaint investigations for assisted living facilities only. We do not handle the complaint investigations for the nursing facilities, just the assisted living ones. And there is a link on our website at the Harnett County government website. There, under adult services, under social services and adult services, there is a link of facilities in the area. And you can also call us. I'll give you that number in just a little bit. We also have adult protective services. So through APS, our APS is mandated by North Carolina General Statute 108A, and we have to evaluate reports of abuse, neglect, self-neglect, or exploitation. With this, the adults must be 18 years of age or older, or an emancipated minor. They have to be disabled. So for instance, the adult cannot complete activities of daily living, handling his or her affairs. They must be abused, neglected by the self or caretakers, and exploited financially or by the caretaker. Have no one willing, able, and responsible to obtain essential services. So if they have somebody who's willing, able, and responsible to obtain the financial services that works for them, we do not investigate that. We might go out on an outreach. We might make a home visit, give them resources, referrals for different agencies in the community. And they must not be able or willing to obtain essential services on their own. There is some information that we do recommend having when making the report. It would be a name and address of both the adult and caretaker, the age of the adult, extent to the injury from the abuse, neglect, or exploitation. And if you need to make a report, you would call our intake line at 910-814-6640. We also have a few programs, case management programs, that our social workers work with the adult to remain in the home. So through general case management, our social work services are to assist the problem situation and work with families to develop a plan to meet identified service needs. Our agency may serve as a payee for these persons who are not able to manage their money and need assistance. Normally, these are people who have been referred by Social Security, or we might receive the case through Adult Protective Services, and we feel that we need a social worker to stay involved with the adult and to help them to remain in the home. Basically, they help navigate resources in the community to ensure their daily needs are being met. We also have a program called In-Home Aid Services. Currently, we have an inquiry list for this. There are certain slots that we have available. We have 2 workers who help with this. And this program provides assistance to elderly or disabled adults with activities such as cooking, laundry, like housekeeping, transportation to the grocery store or any other errands, maybe the doctor. Then that's to help them to remain in the home safely. And then we have a special assistance in-home program. The goal of this program is to allow individuals to remain part of the community and live as independently as possible by preventing placement in the adult care facility. So with these adults, they would have to have an FL2 from a doctor stating that they qualify for assisted living, but prefer to remain in the home safely. It would have to say that they are safe in the home. We also have a social worker who is at our office about 2 days a week from the North Carolina Services for the Blind. Currently, the social worker retired, so we don't have a replacement yet, but they are working on that. And she's usually in our office about 2 days a week. Non-emergency medical transportation. So this program is for individuals who receive full Medicaid benefits and have a need for medical transportation to Medicaid covered services. This program includes Medicaid transportation through HARTS and also the Medicaid Transportation Reimbursement Program, which reimburses individuals when driving their own vehicles to Medicaid-covered services. And there's a list here on how to apply for Medicaid transportation, and the number's 910-814-6811. And for the reimbursement program, so if they're driving to their own appointments or they have somebody to take them to their appointments, and they would like reimbursement, they would call 910-814-6635. We also have guardianship services. So with guardianship services, our adult guardianship provides services mandated by North Carolina General Statute 35A. Adults served by this program have been adjudicated and competent by the Clerk of Superior Court and are in need for a responsible party to assist in some or even all of the decision making. The guardian is given responsibility for the adult's well-being and at times property. A guardian is a surrogate decision maker and advocates for an individual age 18 years and older. The guardian may have responsibilities that include healthcare, residential, and financial decisions based on what the ward's need is. A guardian is appointed if the court determines individual lacks the ability to manage his or her own affairs and needs a surrogate decision maker to assist with these affairs. Poor judgment and poor decision making or wastefulness alone are not enough to show an individual is incompetent. So the adults have the right to make bad choices. We all have that right, and adults have the right, if they are competent, to make bad choices. And so at that point, they would not receive a guardian. But we as DSS are usually, we try to be the last resort. The clerk would look at family. The clerk would also look at if there is an agency or a corporation. And as a last resort, DSS gets involved to become somebody's guardian. We always want family members, friends, church members, somebody who knows the individual well to become their guardian, if possible. There are many alternatives to guardianship. It's just something to think about as you age, who you want to be your power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, medical, advanced directives, representative payee. There's just several different options, and if we become involved with Adult Protective Services, we do look at that. Do you have somebody that you can rely on that will make those decisions for you if at any time you were able or you were to become incompetent? And that is it. Well done.
Good evening. I'm the transportation manager for HARTS Transportation. I'm gonna give you an overview of HARTS in general. So I work under general services. Give you an overview of Harnett County Transit System HARTS, the organization, budget revenue streams, North Carolina Department of Aging, and the block grant, and then Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization. But first, I want to tell a little bit about the organization, how we operate. So we currently, HARTS is a community transportation program that serves both human service consumers as well as public. Our operating hours is between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Services provided through subscription routes, dollar rider, and demand response trips. And how we schedule trips is the citizens must request a transportation between the hours of 8 and 3 p.m. at least 2 business days prior to appointment time. This allows HARTS to staff to plan your trip. You call between the hours of 3 and 5 to confirm your pickup. And HARTS transport out of county Monday through Thursday on corresponding days for medical trips only. Monday and Wednesday, HARTS transport to Wade, Orange, Durham County. Tuesday, Thursday, we transport to Cumberland, Lee, Ward, and Chatham. And Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we transport to Johnson and Sampson County. And this is our current organization, staff, our administration. I'm the transportation manager. We have an operations supervisor, transit assistant, administration support specialist 3, transit dispatcher, and a process assistant 3. And we're currently operating on 13 full-time drivers at this time and 11 part-time. And we have 1 part-time that works Saturday only. And pre-pandemic, we had 13 full-time drivers and 25 part-timers. And we currently have 26 vehicles available for transit operations. This is our total budget, Harnett Area Rural Transit System. These are our revenue streams. We use 5311 in our urbanized, 5311 combined capital, and rural operating assistance program, which is ROAD. And we also use home and community care block grant with Nia Carolina. We have access to the 5307 FTA through FAST, Fayetteville Area Transit System. And we also use Medicaid through VNC Tracks. And to talk about the growth a little bit, the elderly and disabled. So this is a program overview of ROAD. It's for the elderly and disabled transportation assistance program throughout Harnett County. We also have an employment and transportation assistance program, EMPL, that works with DSS, transportation for workers, and assistance for needy families like Tana, that's on Tana, the previous 12 months. And RPG is the Rural General Public Program. This supports the public transportation service designed for benefit for rural areas. The transportation service for individuals from county who do not have human service agencies or organizations that pay or support their transportation service. And this is our Harnett County Rural Area Transit System Operating System Program, ROAD. So this is our total allocated. It's $285,588, and for AirTap we get $106,699. Employment and transportation assistant is $19,395, and for RPG we get $159,494. But this year, the current balance, we zeroed it all out. So we zeroed it out by June 30th. This is the COA, this is the Nia Carolina block grant that we received. And on this grant right here, anybody that's 60 and over can apply for COA for the application. And these are the funds that we received from them. We spent out the medical. We still have revenue in the COA general, which we didn't have enough riders that rode in the COA general. So we had to transfer them funds to the COA medical to spend it on that. And this is our transit study through the North Carolina Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, CAMPO. They are developing a transit study in North Harnett to gauge whether additional public transportation is wanted and needed with Campo Regional or Harnett County. So we just completed phase 1, we're going into phase 2, and Campo has a blueprint for safety survey out there. It's a public survey. You can access it through the publicinput.com/safety survey one. And this is my contact information if anyone have any questions about the applications or how to ride, how to schedule an appointment with HARTS. I can be contacted through my email or phone.
Are you open for questions now or after?
We have time, so go ahead.
Are there any plans to extend the hours of operation beyond the 8 to 5?
So we're currently going through this study with Campo, and we're going to see what the study say, and then we determine if we can extend the hours to stay open, come in early, stay open late, according to the study.
The problem that I'm seeing in the community and in the county is a lack of transportation, of course. But we have a lot, because I'm Mama Moses with the Underground Railroad, for those of you who don't know. And I have a lot of homeless people who cannot get around the county to get resources. And they can't always make appointments or schedule appointments between 8 and 5. For instance, I work at a hospital in the emergency room, and we have people, homeless people, who come in on EMS at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're seen, and then they're discharged. And then they do not have a way to get back to their campsite in the woods or to wherever they're staying. Sometimes they're picked up in Anderson Creek. They come all the way to the hospital here and they're treated. 3 o'clock in the morning, they're discharged, and they have no way to get back to their campsite. So a lot of times I have to send volunteers to go pick them up, or call in my volunteers to pick them up just to get them back to the woods, to the campsites. So I'm trying to find out what we're going to do as far as transit. Now, when Cape Fear purchased the hospital a couple of March before last, they put in a policy where once they're discharged from being treated, they have 30 minutes in the waiting room, and then they have to be off the property. I have been there when my supervisors and security actually wheeled them off the property in the wintertime at 2 o'clock in the morning because they did not have a way to get back to their campsite. So my concern is, how are we going to extend transit to accommodate all of the citizens in Harnett County and not just those who need transportation from 8 to 5?
Okay, that's something that probably we can discuss on, we can schedule an appointment, you can come in to the office and talk to me, we can,
Would you be willing to, so I can come into your office and discuss this with you?
yeah, we can
Thank
sit
you.
down and talk about it, but right now we only operating on a 2-day notice, and that's because we don't have enough drivers. We still trying to, in the hiring process, hire more part-time to get back to what it was before the pre-pandemic.
May I ask what the starting pay is for your drivers?
$15 an hour.
I'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I had a question. I can wait until everyone finishes, and you still gonna come up at the end?
Yes, we're gonna have
Yeah,
questions.
I'll wait until you finish.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Mary Jane Sauls, and I am a public health administrator with the Division on Aging, who is under the umbrella of the Health Department. And we are located in between Health and DSS, and you'll see that little clock in the middle, and it takes you to the Commons area. If you walk into that area and take a left, you'll see the Division on Aging. So we'd like to say, don't get all weird about getting older. Our age is merely the number of years the world has been enjoying us. So you'll see here the different programs that we offer through the Division on Aging. And typically we serve ages 55 and up. But there are some programs that start at a younger age, but I'm going to go over each one of those programs for you. So our senior volunteer program, this is a program for adults 55 and older, and we use this program to mobilize our seniors in the area. You'll see our seniors working at various spots throughout the county. We have mentors that are part of the Veterans Treatment Court. They work the canteen at the blood drive. They work at the Harnett food pantry. They're always busy out there stocking shelves and helping people shop, and we really appreciate that. There's the Western Harnett Overhills PTO thrift store, and there's someone at the Harnett County Clerk of Court. There's also one of our volunteers, usually here between 8 and 5, that will greet you here at this door. None of these folks get paid for anything, and you'll see that we offered 17,269 hours of unpaid volunteer service last year. So we thank them for all that they do for Harnett County, but we also know that how important it is to get folks active and staying in their community and giving back, and how important that is. We have also a community alternatives program for disabled adults. Now this program is a little bit different in that it starts at age 18, and it is for folks that are on Medicaid only. So this program is for people that would otherwise be in a nursing home. So their FL2 would have to say that they qualify for skilled nursing care. So to allow them to maintain in their home, we will actually bring a social worker into the home to evaluate their needs. So for instance, if the loved one needs a hospital bed or needs oxygen, or mostly the big thing is an aide, an in-home aide to come in and help serve that patient, our social worker will evaluate and make sure that those programs are in the home. And then they go back every month and make sure that the family is also playing a role in that. We don't offer 24-hour care, so it would be something, the family has to have the buy-in for that. They can't leave their loved one alone if they are deemed 24-hour care by the physician. So you'll see on the slide the different things that we offer, grab bars, like I said, the hospital bed, Meals on Wheels, the Life Alert, but that again is for folks that are on Medicaid, and it does start at 18 and up. So our elderly nutrition program, you'll see here that it's funded by our block grant. Chance spoke about that. It's the same block grant that does pays a little bit towards transportation, also helps fund our elderly nutrition program. It is for folks that are 60 and older, and it is a meal Monday through Friday. And you'll see it takes about 150 to 200 volunteers a month to run that program. So we are always looking for people to volunteer. And we say it's more than a meal. It's very important for people that are in their home that may not see anybody throughout the week to have somebody come in and check on them. So it's a great program. There's not a big commitment with that program. You can volunteer once a month. You can volunteer twice a month. Every other month, we will take what we can get and appreciate that. So you'll see we actually serve over 57,000 meals a year in this county, and that is with volunteers. So it's awesome. So a home delivered meal, again, I said it is, you may know that as Meals on Wheels, and we say that is more than the meal. It is for folks that are 60 and older and are homebound. Now the physician has to fill out just a little form saying that they are homebound and they only go out for doctor's appointments or church, things like that. It's really simple to get. And we do an assessment. Our folks that work throughout in the centers will go out and do those assessments. We also offer frozen meals on that program. We're 600 square miles here in Harnett County, so we cannot maintain a food temperature everywhere in the county. So we can serve that same nutritious meal in a frozen form, and you can pick it up every other week. Now, there are places that have a waiting list, so it is based on funding. Our block grant has not increased, but the price of meals has increased and our cater has gone up. So there are some waiting lists at some of our areas. A congregate site is a site where the meal is served in a bulk. So that means like you would have the different pans of food and a volunteer would actually serve that. There are 6 centers throughout our county. You'll see those listed: Dunn, Shawtown, Irwin, Coates, Anderson Creek, and Johnsonville. And this is a center where they come and they play games, they may do a devotion, they do exercises, they have people come in and speak to them about different topics that they're interested in. And some of our sites even take trips, so that's kind of exciting. And you'll see 972 meals are served monthly in our congregate sites. Another program that we have is called Family Caregiver Support. And as you know, there are so many people in our county that are taking care of loved ones. We're seeing a rise in dementia and Alzheimer's. So monthly, we have a support group that comes together, typically in this area here, and they just, bounce things off one another, and they just support one another. We may have someone come in that works with home health, and they may come in and speak to our caregivers about how to transition from bedside to standing, or how to deal with these behaviors with dementia. This program offers a very little bit of respite services for the people that participate. It's basically so that they may go to church once a month, or may just get a break. If you want to go to the grocery store alone, we may give you a respite voucher for that. We have a little bit of money for supplemental services. A shower chair can change the life of a caregiver. I mean, if they've been bathing and showering and they don't have the appropriate supplies that they need. We also can do incontinence supplies and supplemental supplies. So that would be your boost, your nutritional supplies. That would be your boost and different things like that on that program. Grandparents raising grandchildren. As being part of the health department, we look out in our waiting area and we see so many grandparents raising their grandchildren. So we have a support group for them. They come together, and again, it's the same thing. They say, my teenager's doing this, my kindergartner's doing this. How did you handle it? We try to sponsor them for Christmas each year. We try to get local businesses or churches to provide for them, because our seniors are on fixed incomes. They're raising these kids and they're dealing with their own health needs, and it can be very challenging for them. So our other program that we have with the Division on Aging is the Medicare program. So once you turn 65, you qualify for Medicare. We do new to Medicare classes. We are during open enrollment, which we will review your drug plan, and that is the D part of your Medicare. So each year we provide a huge savings for folks who may be under the wrong plan and their Medicare not cover certain medications. And we actually will just talk to you about what you need to do to get on Medicare. We do a lot of problem solving in our office as well, and we do presentations throughout the community. We also are a sponsor for the Red Cross Blood Drive, and you'll see those dates, September 12th and November 14th, and those will be coming up, and they are actually in the Commons area over at the Health Department, well, actually between Health and Social Services. Senior Games. That is another way to keep our seniors active in our county, and we have a thriving Senior Games program here, thanks to a lot of the volunteers. Our Parks and Recs do a great job of keeping that going, and we're always looking for volunteers for that as well to help with some of these activities. But it's a great way to stay involved. They do senior arts, so if you're not very athletic but you can write or you crochet or needlepoint, you can also enter those things into the Senior Games. Another program is our in-home aid services, and Becky talked to you a little bit about that. This is a home maintenance program, so it's not home health. People get us confused a lot. You know, they'll call us, they will want more like a wound dressing or something more medical, but this is a home maintenance or home management program. So it is more like 3 hours a week. So we may help, make a meal, we can change sheets, we can vacuum the floor. Just those small things that will allow people to stay in their home. This program as well does have a waiting list right now, but if you know a loved one whose health seems to be declining, now would probably be the time to go ahead and get on that program. It is a great program. Right now, we're giving out fans. We just got a couple more fans in through our block grant as well, and those are for ages 60 and older that do not have working heat and air in their home, and they reside in Harnett County. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you to each of our departments for coming out and providing us with.
Screw it back together, hold the button on the bottom.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you. Again, so thank you to each of our departments for coming out today. I greatly appreciate you sharing this wealth of information to our citizens in person and online. This information is very valuable, and it's not only anything that could only benefit you, but share the word and share the information that you have. And this is also on our YouTube, so you can send the link to someone and they could rewatch it and gather the information as well. So we will have questions once I get the mic to work. Thank you. So I know this gentleman said he had a question. If you want to come up.
It's just a simple question. What was your name?
Chance.
Mr. Chase, I'm sorry. I remember meeting you before. I mentioned in the past. I just had a question about the information here, the numbers, the budget. Is that found? Can we find them online anywhere? Is there a place on that? I'm pretty sure it's public information. I just know if it was posted anywhere online.
So you can find the rope and the COA online, but the federal.
Some of the bills you had, I don't know if like the budget that you have for transportation this year, what was spent and all that stuff. Can I find that online anywhere? Is there anywhere I can find that information?
No.
Okay.
You won't get there.
Okay.
That's from NCDOT.
Okay. Department of Transportation?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Tim, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Did anyone else have any questions? Just one? All right, well, I always do a raffle at the end because I greatly appreciate everyone taking their time out and joining us. So, Ben, if you could pass me that basket, please. Thank you. Oh, and you just came in, so you need a raffle ticket.
Oh, yeah, I was at the library board meeting, so I'm running, I was late.
All right, so I'm gonna put these in the basket and have Ben choose one.
Eight 54607.
Oh, thanks, Ben. And we have, choose one more.
8 54609.
All right. And if you guys didn't get a chance when you came in, we have a bunch of items. Here you go. You're welcome. We have a bunch of items on the table that are free because people ask. You can take the brochures, the notebooks, the pens, the bags. And like I said, thank you again. I really appreciate you guys coming out and spending your Wednesday evening with us. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day.